season off. I think this is what the NFL and the world needs.
There's a lot of big games, but the first biggest game of the year is Thursday night.
Touchdown Tampa Bay, the first of 2021.
Prescott's first touchdown since last October.
What an answer by Brady in the box.
Godwin fumbled the ball. Recovered by Lewis in the end zone. For the lead.
Cowboys take the lead by one. Back shoulder throw and he makes the snag on his hip. The kick by Suckup. It is good! How about them Buccaneers defending the Super Bowl championship?
He is Jalen Rose. I am David Jacoby. We are Jalen and Jacoby. What exactly is it that we do? What they want. What a game last night. What an amazing football contest we had in the National Football League to kick off this season. Here's the problem. You cannot give Tom Brady 94 seconds and the football. You just cannot do that. We've seen it so many times, and we saw it again last night. Tom Brady marching his team down the field, getting the ball to Gronkowski. No one can take him down. And then it was this play, not a push-off. That is not a push-off. That is just football. And it gave Suckup the opportunity to put the ball through the uprights and give the Super Bowl champions the win. I love this game last night. Jalen Rose, what was your biggest takeaway from the Cowboys-Bucks game?
Of a man named Brady. That's my biggest takeaway, sir. Right there. Each of us that was watching and enjoying this football game saw Tom Brady and Dak get off to amazing starts. Late in the game when the Cowboys drove and put points on the board, we all looked up and said, it's 1:24 left. Tom Brady's going to drive and score and win this game.
Yep.
Everybody knew it. We seen it time and time again. Whether it's when he was in the Super Bowl getting his first one, whether we were watching him come back against the Falcons, I can name 100 different times, hypothetically, I'm almost concussed thinking about him, that we knew Tom Brady was going to take advantage of the time on the clock. Hey, Dallas, manage the clock late. Do a better job of taking time off the clock. You know, just like I know, Tom Brady will burn you.
Absolutely. And it was Gronkowski, former teammate with the Patriots, Antonio Brown, former teammate with the Patriots, and someone who lives in Tom Brady's house. He has a connection. These are his security blankets, and they looked good last night. But you know what, Jalen Rose? Big win for the Cowboys. Big win for the Cowboys last night.
Congratulations
to the Cowboys. Big win for the Cowboys. We said yesterday on the show that we just want to see them compete, and not only did they compete, they looked good. Dak Prescott has been a question mark because of his ankle injury, the shoulder problems in training camp. Dak Prescott looked phenomenal last night throwing the football. But did they run the football, Jalen? Did they run it once? I didn't see.
They barely ran the football. Neither team did. And I talked to you about really, this is the new version of the NFL with a lot of teams as we see in the NBA when teams went from playing inside out. Now they're three-point happy. It's the same thing with the passing game. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, why try to run it into that front four of the Bucks? You're just going to get stuffed anyway. It's easier to spread them out and at first pass it to Gallup. And then Amari Cooper. And then CeeDee Lamb. Don't even really try to run the ball. Both of these teams played into that. And also Leonard Fournette, they tried to throw it to him. It bounced off his hands. It became an interception. They got another running back who fumbled. So at that point, we off the run game. Both coaches like, we're going to drop back to throw. And it was an exciting game to watch.
It really was. They just abandoned the running game like halfway through the second quarter. They're like, why even bother? Why even bother with this? We don't need to do this. But it was such a fantastic football contest. It got me so excited for this upcoming Sunday where we have some great games, and one of those features my squad. That's right, my squad. Griselda Gang, Bills Mafia. Huge game between two AFC hopefuls. It is the Bills and the Steelers, and it features the future MVP of the NFL, Josh Allen, who will lead this team to 17-0, starting with the 1-0 start against the Steelers. Jalen Rose, what are you keying on in this contest?
I'm keen on new albums, and people bumping that Kanye and that Drake and that Nas, and rightfully so. You better get up on that West Side Gun. He got flavor and he got bars. I'm keen for the Pittsburgh Steelers, them getting back to their identity. You saw them draft a running back. Their defense is healthy to start the season. That's who they have been. That's who Mike Tomlin wants to be, and Big Ben back healthy. I'm looking forward to seeing Big Ben back in the pocket healthy.
So we're just going to skip over Josh Allen, who runs the ball, one of the best in the NFL, throws one of the best in the NFL, has weapons all over the field. This Bills team that went to the AFC Championship game last year has bigger aspirations than that. This Bills team is not only going to win the East, they're going to win the AFC and the Super Bowl. Michael 17-0. Michael 20-0. Michael 20-0. I mean, it's going to start against this team, but one thing that you brought up that I think is important is the Steelers' identity. Najee Harris, can they get him going? They haven't really had the running game that they've had in the past. And Big Ben, of course. I heard he switched his diet, Jalen Rose. I heard Big Ben, he doesn't look like me with his shirt off anymore. I heard Big Ben got in shape. You see how svelte that young man looks? Do you expect Big Ben to return to form this year after finishing with a whimper last year?
I expect him to return to form. And by the way, the Pittsburgh Steelers started 9-10, 11-0 last year. Let's not forget that. TJ Watt just got his huge contract.
Yeah, he did.
So he's going to be motivated. But I'm going to tell you somebody that's going to really break out this year. Claypool.
Yep.
Playing with Big Ben the entire year. Juju Smith-Schuster's on a one-year contract. He's going to be motivated. The Steelers going to be explosive. This is going to be an exciting game.
This will not be an exciting game. It'll be a blowout because the Bills are going to win by at least 35 points, and I can't wait to watch it and wager on it because I guarantee that will happen. You heard it here on Jalen and Jacoby. Those are two teams in the AFC that hope to get to the Super Bowl, and there is another huge matchup in the same conference, this one between the team that won the AFC last year, the Chiefs, and a team that they beat in the playoffs, the Browns. Both have Super Bowl aspirations. What will you be looking for in the Chiefs-Browns matchup?
You can't talk about any matchup without mentioning Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, how they play in fast forward. And you know what else? How they didn't score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Let me repeat. They didn't score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Now, Mahomes had off-season surgery, and you know they're going to come back more motivated than ever. But you know how much I love the Honey Badger. I'm looking forward to watching him play, fly all around the field, get sacks, get tackles, cause fumbles. But that guy, the Cheetah, is going to be giving a lot of people the peace sign. But let me tell you one person he ain't going to do that to. Usain Bolt. I see those reports going back and forth, and you know, Cheetah's my guy, but you don't want that, dog. You don't want that.
Don't race Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive. And Jalen Rose, a name that we haven't said on this program for about 18 months is Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. will be on the field, and I've got a lot of friends that are Giants fans. Do you remember him in a Giants uniform? He would just run a 7-yard slant, and it would be a 60-yard touchdown, time and time again. Look at the comparison between his numbers with the Giants and the Browns. Can Baker and the Browns unlock Beckham Jr. and create him into the weapon that he was?
They're going to need to, and that's one of the biggest question marks of the entire season. Baker Mayfield and Odell Beckham. Just think about it. You alluded to it. When he was with the Giants, he was on the cover of Madden. He was an ascending superstar. There were no questions when the draft happened in fantasy. He was one of the top players taken. He ascended to a level of stardom beyond the sport. And then a couple of injuries, not necessarily performing as well, going to Cleveland, not necessarily seeing eye to eye with Baker on the field. They played better in a lot of cases without him. Now he comes back. If he can remotely play like the superstar that he was with the Giants, that becomes the game changer for the Browns.
Absolutely. And a game changer for the Browns is also a man you just saw on your screen, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett just will ruin your plans. I call Tyrann Mathieu and the Saints and the Chiefs bad weather. He's like bad weather. He ruins all of your plans. Myles Garrett creates havoc, and he will try to get after Patrick Mahomes. However, Patrick Mahomes, you know their biggest problem in the Super Bowl. You know the reason they didn't score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. The reason I was in a clown outfit because they couldn't protect. They could not block for Patrick Mahomes. They have reestablished that line. And I believe that Myles Garrett will be nullified somewhat, and the Saints and the Chiefs will win big. But, Jalen, the problem is, I want to see these games on Sunday, but I'm just not sure we're going to make it there because nothing in this world is promised, and no one expresses that better than
that's right.
the 49ers head coach, Kyle
I can't
Shanahan.
guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Kyle?
I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday.
Well, Jalen, you better hope for some sort of apocalyptic event because your Lions are hosting Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers, and there's no chance that they're not down by 3 touchdowns at halftime. How excited are you to see Jared Goff under center in the blue and silver in the Motown City?
You know, just like any NFL team, we go into the season with hope. And just like Cowboys fans, if we lose the first game, we still gonna celebrate it like a victory.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You lose by single digits? Throw a parade.
I decided something. When I have the remote in my hand this Sunday, not only will I get a chance to see Jared Goff replace Matthew Stafford on the center, I decided there are going to be some other skilled players at the game. Barry Sanders is showing up. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Oh.
I got the message. He's going to be there. Megatron.
Yes.
Yeah, Barry's going to look at that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
see that? Barry's going to be there.
Megatron.
Megatron is joining us. He's going to be there. And how about one of my favorite hard-hitting Night Train Lane is going to be playing defense. So Jimmy G, Trey Lance, it don't matter who y'all have at quarterback. Dick Night Train Lane is going to be playing defense for the Lions.
Jalen, your best wide receiver is a 4th-round pick in this year's draft, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You could not name a single wide receiver for your own team, dog. I couldn't name one either. Listen, you know what? Lions are undefeated right now. The Lions are undefeated right now. Y'all are undefeated. The Lions have not lost a game this entire season right now. Jalen, we also have a big matchup in the NFC. There's nothing to do with the Detroit Lions. It is between the Packers and the Saints. And I am predicting that we will see Jameis Winston walk away with the win and establish. And brought to you by Chase. Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby, Jalen Rose. There is so much football action for us to preview, and we start with a man that we've been discussing all summer long, and that is Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers. They play the Saints this weekend. What do you expect from all the drama-filled environment around the Packers as they face the Saints?
I expect an intense, a focused, and Aaron Rodgers that's going to be looking to air it out. Somebody that if he's on your fantasy team, it's not going to matter if they're down 2 or 3 touchdowns or up 2 or 3 touchdowns. You thought they was gunslinging opening night with Tom Brady and Dak Prescott. This guy and Devontae Adams is going to be on a scorched earth tour, literally, this year, trying to get the Green Bay Packers a championship in what likely is each of their final season with the team. I expect them to be explosive.
I expect them to lose to the Saints. And the reason is Jameis Winston.
What?
Sean Payton said, you give me Teddy Bridgewater, we'll win games. You give me Taysom Hill, we'll win games. You give me Jameis Winston, I will erase the turnovers and he'll still be scoring touchdowns. I am picking the Saints to win this game, the underdogs. Take the points, pick the Saints. You will not regret it.
Jones out of the backfield. Devin Funchess is going to be a key for the Packers. And I'm telling you this, my guy Alvin Kamara, I can't wait to watch him play football. I just love watching him glide. He's so effortlessly breaks tackles, gets up the field in the run game and in the pass game. But I'll tell you this, if you really believe in Jameis, I hope Taysom Hill plays well too. Why don't you eat a W for him then? Why don't you eat a W for Jameis? Yes. Okay, got it.
I'm eating all the W's. Saints will get the W. At least they'll take the points. Moving on to another NFC matchup, there's a lot of discussion about these two teams. Matthew Stafford is no longer with your Lions. He is now with Sean McVay and the Rams. They go up against the Bears, who have Andy Dalton under center. Mr. Rose, what do you think about the Rams defense that you love so much?
I want to tell y'all a secret. When y'all watching the game this weekend, I'm trying to figure how Aaron Donald keep his hair so crisp while he's taking his helmet on and off.
Okay, great analysis.
I'm looking forward to watching him get up the field and be a menace to society. Like,
yes,
he's arguably the best player at any position in football. And as a matter of fact, you know my favorite position in the game. And guys like Rod Woodson and Deion Sanders, you know who they're proud to watch? JR5. Jalen Ramsey, who's going to put on the show. You know he's definitely getting a pick. Who they quarterback? Andy Dalton? Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
Okay.
By the halfway through the second quarter, there'll be screams for Justin Fields. Everyone watching this game, halfway through the second quarter, they'll be like, just put Justin in there. Just put him in there. Andy Dalton might not be the starter week 2, but we all know, remember where you heard it first. When is Justin Fields going to be named the starter of the Chicago Bears?
It won't be hazardous it'll be hazardous to his health to put him out there against Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. You saw that unblocked hit that he took in the preseason. But as I look at the Bears schedule, I kind of paired it up with the Lions schedule, and I believe Justin Fields' first game will be week 4 against my Detroit Lions.
That's right. Set him up for a win. Set him up for winning his first game starting in the NFL.
I ain't say all that. I ain't say all that. We're going to bite those kneecaps.
It's a
guarantee. We're going to bite those kneecaps.
Please.
Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson. Y'all ain't picking off Jared Goff. We're going to bite those kneecaps.
Jalen, I'm a die easy fan. I pick up teams. I drop teams.
And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
That's your head coach. Well, Jalen, we used to rock for the Cardinals last year, but they didn't show up for us. So we're not going to ride for them as hard this year until they show us something. What do you expect to see when they face off against the Titans?
Well, let me tell you who we always going to ride for. Our guy D-Hop and our guy Kyler Murray.
Of course.
Not only are friends of the show, but how about this? Hail Mary, come with me. That arguably was the greatest play last season. And I know it's hard for you to watch since it was against Bills Mafia, but watch Kyler take this hit. Just watch him. Bang! Like, he took a hit, man, throwing that against his body. So I want to see more of that. That's what I'm excited to see this year from the Cardinals.
Well, do you expect to see Derrick Henry, as he has year after year after year, run for another 2,000 yards? Could he possibly make it 3 straight seasons with 2,000 yards rushing, Mr. Rose?
You know I'm loving watching these old school power backs running between the tackles, doesn't catch much out of the backfield, yet he's still a 3-down back. And Ryan Tannehill also added Julio Jones. They should be unstoppable inside the 20 and in the red zone. Unstoppable. A.J. Brown and Julio Jones, they're 2 of the most physically gifted human beings on the same wide receiving squad at the same time. Like seriously, both of these guys are built like Atlas.
Well, can the Titans stop anybody from scoring?